It's my biggest red day of this challenge. I'm minus $50 or almost $50. I traded 5 tickers today. There's one ticker that could have been in hindsight a way bigger winner, but we will dive into it, my oversight, and then in every single trade. So first of all, let's start with stay. So it's my biggest loser of the day, and I trade this a little bit aggressively. First of all, I look at the daily chart. We had some decent volume and always look like how far can we squeeze and in what type of market conditions are we in. If we're in a more hot market, I tend to be more aggressive with these small caps. If we're in a colder market, then I tend to not do that. So here we can see we have here this pre-market high, and that's exactly what I'm looking at. So I want to see here a rejection at this pre-market high for a potential squeeze upwards. So, and that is exactly what happened here. We have here this squeeze upwards. We had here this rejection. My entry was solid. We got halted upwards, but my TP was here, right there, and that was a bit too high, so that's unfortunate. And that's the risk I take with my approach of trading. If I take my TPs further away, that also has that inherent risk that obviously not all my trades will work out, and my win rate will be lower, but my winners will also be bigger. In the meantime, I also saw here, so I got stopped out here. Now there's an argument to be made. I could protect a little bit of profit. I'm fine with stopping out. We got bought up to VWAP. Now, if I had VWAP anchored right here, which you can see at the 10-minute chart, we are nicely bouncing off of VWAP with a market that is quite hot. I took the risk and re-entered in my position and tried it several times for this bounce here, ended up not working, just got all sold off. Now, in a colder market, I would never take this type of re-entries, but since the market is quite hot, I took the risk, and that risk has cost me, that extra risk has cost me $30 instead of just minus $30 instead of just $15 for that initial trade. Then we go to Sophie. Now Sophie was actually the best trade. It's also the biggest winner of the day, but it could have been a way bigger winner, and that just with the benefit of hindsight when I can see what I've missed. Because one of the key factors is always you have to start from the daily chart. Now we can see our daily chart, we are gapping up and we have here the potential of all-time highs, but here at the all-time highs is obviously a resistance area. Now that is not entirely what I saw, but we have there's also one factor that totally is important. So whenever I do my trades, and if I have traded that stock before, then I have one little secret, and that is just I have a database of every single stock I traded, and the beautiful part is I can just type in Sophie. I should just be able to type in. Okay, so I can just type in Sophie and I can look at all the times how it previously traded. Now, I was actually looking at this type of setup, and immediately we can see here at the open, we immediately squeezed upwards, and then we got sold off slowly lower. That was this particular trade. I was looking for a similar setup. Now, there is also a beautiful short hammer setup right here and got sold offwards, but that was not looking at, and I unfortunately didn't plan it because it's part of my setup tools, and I didn't use it today, and this would have been an amazing winner. Now the market has been grinding to all-time highs, and we are truly bound for a pullback. What we also can see here, if you look here at the overall market, we have been grinding here all-time highs. We have here this huge move upwards, and it's not really sustainable, so obviously we have to give back. If you want to go up, it's not going to go in a straight line. We have to make these waves. Now, what does this mean in this particular case? Obviously the market sold off today, but we have here a clear resistance level at this 25. So when the price, so I entered here fabulously, took profit along the way, and I let a bit run and got stopped out there. What would have been a better choice, and this is always so easily to say in hindsight, the best trader possible. But here we have here this rejection, and this would be a clear indication to enter on the short side, and this is then my hammer setup. We have here the resistance on the daily chart, we see here this resistance on the intraday chart, short there and bam, and then you have here this massive move downward. This would be such an amazing move to be in. Absolutely wonderful. Now I was not in there. I'm still green on the ticker, but that's a bit unfortunately that I did not plan for it. It's part of my setup arsenal, and it's because I'm like lately in this challenge you have seen me making the most money on the short side. I'm not that comfortable in trading at the short side, but in this challenge you can see, but it can be very beneficial when it works. And today was such a day when it could have, and today was such a day with that amazing potential. Unfortunately, it did not yield. So unfortunately, I missed the big move. That's all good. That's a learning lesson. I had to trust that and plan for that. That's a bit unfortunate, and that's a big reason why I'm red, because this move was insane. And on the other tickers I have nothing much to say. It's a similar idea. We have here my Volcano setup, tried this breakout on these small caps for a bigger squeeze. This one did not end up capitalizing. Then we have here a break-even trade. So first, it's a similar setup. It's the exact same setup. We come here to resistance, trade here, this breaks, trade here, this breaks, protecting, trading here, trading the breaks. Some of them failed, trying again. Eventually, I took some profits here at these highs. It did not end up holding, I just got sold off. But it's not surprising as well, because we have a clear back holder chart. So it was regardless an aggressive stock to trade that we can say with all my small cap stocks that I traded. They were all quite aggressive, and as a result I lost of all of them. If I see, this is also the thing, if I see more losses on these type of small caps trades, then my requirements will get stricter and stricter when it comes to these daily charts. Then I will not trade these back holder charts. But as long as plenty of these small cap stocks keep on popping, I will get in there. And these types of losses start adding up. Okay, let's go. The same story will be the exact setup that I tried a similar breakout story. Didn't work. So today was not a day for these small caps breakouts. None of them yielded in results, and my large cap I missed on the biggest move, which is part of my setups. But it's always better. It is honestly always better to miss a move than to chase a move. When you start chasing, because I saw this one, I was thinking I really wanted to enter later, but I missed the move, and that is what it is. Things get always clearer in hindsight. Today was absolutely a valuable lesson. Unfortunately, down $50. It is my biggest loss of the challenge. So let's get it back. See you tomorrow.